very miserable in Whopping Mansion. Harry becomes an angry man and unable to let go of past. Prince Harry seems unable to let go of the hurts and trials of the past despite his new life in California, a royal commentator has claimed. The Duke of Sussex is pursuing a new life across the pond with Meghan Markle after quitting royal duties. But columnist Daniela Elza said there is one thing that Harry just will not, or perhaps cannot, do, which is move on. The royal commentator highlighted his legal action against the Home Office over a decision not to allow him to pay for police protection for his family while in the UK, while his tell-all memoir is also due out later this year. Writing for the New Zealand Herald, Ms. Elza said, "For all that Harry and Meghan are forging a new life in California, he still seems unable to let go of the hurts and trials of the past. Despite having two adorable kidlets, hundreds of millions of dollars set to come in, according to the deals the Sussexes inked in 2020, a whopping mansion, the first property he has ever independently owned, and all the bike-riding spare time a man could want, he still seems intent on litigating, literally and figuratively, the slings and arrows of his former life." The royal commentator urged the Duke to choose to look forward and not eternally back. She said, "Harry is currently forging a life of his very own making, one built on his hopes and aspirations, and is raising his family with Meghan far away from the hoopla and rules of royalty, and he has given up so much to have the freedom to do all of this. Choose happiness. Choose joy. Choose to look forward and not eternally back." According to Andrew Morton, Princess Diana's royal biographer who was recently interviewed on podcast Royal, Prince Harry was not in a dark place for several years before meeting Meghan. He was stumbling out of bars dishevelled and worse the wear for drink, and he didn't seem to have a compass, Morton told the show's co-hosts, per the Daily Mail. He was struggling to find himself and struggling with the loss of his mother, struggling to come to terms with it, and, as a young man, he wasn't always the Harry of popular imagination. Morton described Harry in his younger days as a very angry young man who didn't know where to turn. This was also, the Daily Mail points out, when Harry was in the headlines for a series of bad choices, wearing a Nazi armband at a costume party, getting into a scuffle with a photographer outside of a nightclub, and being photographed naked after a game of strip pool during a Las Vegas trip. Morton says that at this time, Harry was taking on the world because he didn't have an outlet or a way to cope with his anger. Until, that is, he started the Invictus Games, which Morton describes as Harry's call in life, and shortly thereafter, met Meghan Markle. "I think even when she fell for Harry, she insisted that he went for counseling for the anger issues that he had," Morton told the podcast hosts. Ms. Elza's comments come after the latest hearing at the High Court in London last Thursday. The Duke is challenging the February 2020 decision of the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, REVEC, after being told he would no longer be given the same degree of personal protective security when visiting Britain. A representative for the Duke previously said he wants to bring his children over from the US, but they are unable to return to his home because it is too dangerous. Harry and Meghan lost their taxpayer-funded police protection in the UK after Megxit. The couple quit royal duties in March 2020 for new lives of personal and financial freedom in America. They are now living in Montecito with their two children, Archie, 3, and Lilibet, 1. Harry and Meghan returned to Britain with Archie and Lily for the first time since Megxit for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee.